Alright, hey everyone. Welcome to another race recap video. This is the Copper Valley Circuit Race, which takes place in Copperopolis, California, which is an interesting place. If you find yourself going to Yosemite or something, check out Copperopolis. It's a weird little town. It almost looks like a Western movie set, like it's fake. Like they just built it for tourists to come through. But yeah, there's this little circuit race out there, which is interesting because we don't have a lot of circuit races on our calendar here in NorCal. It's a 90-minute race, and we do kind of this out and back course, which it's not just a line. I know the map makes it look like a line, but it's actually an out and back with two hairpins on either end of the course. And the wind, there was a little bit of wind, so on this side of the course, we're getting pushed to the right-hand side of the road, and obviously the opposite is true on the other side. But yeah, we're coming into one of those hairpins, and yeah, let's see how we do. We had a pretty good squad. We had, I think, 5 guys or 6 guys of the 29-man field, so we knew we're somewhat the big kids on the block, and we're going to be able to dictate things. The other team that we were looking out for, this is a Ride Bikes Bro guy. This is Alex in front of me. He's strong, and he had a teammate, Nick, who's a great sprinter. And then the other team was Performance Bike, and they have kind of a white-blue kit with yellow helmets. So we were keeping an eye on them. And yeah, we were kind of doing our normal thing where we're gonna attack, counterattack, and try to force a move that we were happy with. So prior to me turning on my camera, my teammate Zach and I were in a little move off the front, and we had a performance bike guy with us as well as one of the Ride Bikes Bros. So we were like, let's go, let's jam it. But for some reason, the other guys were maybe on the limit or weren't interested in working with me and my teammate. Maybe they felt outmanned in that regard. But yeah, we got pulled back, and this guy named Cam attacked over the top of us, and he was definitely one of the riders we spoke about before the race that we wanted to watch out for. He's really strong right now. I think he just recently upgraded to Cat 2, and he has great fitness. He's, I think, a rower or something, a collegiate rower, and he definitely has a high threshold, and we were worried that he was going to get away and be able to stay away. So right at the start of this clip, you saw my teammate Matt actually get absorbed back into the field, so he did this huge long bridge effort to try to make it up to Cam, and he failed, unfortunately. Which was sort of a bad situation. I mean, it was on all of us for missing him as he just flew by on the left-hand side of the screen. But it was kind of a little bit of a strategy breakdown, because with Matt being off the front, we kind of were forced to not chase Cam. So he was kind of able to keep building this gap, and some alarm bells were starting to ring. And we still had about 45 minutes in the race, but I can't tell you how dangerous moves like this are. So with a field like this, we are not all going to cooperate, and we're going to be doing 30 miles an hour, sure, and that's faster than a single rider is able to do on his own. But then we're also going to have these weird moments where we slow down to 18 because people don't want to pull. And all it takes is a few of those, and somebody off the front who's just doing a steady threshold effort, they can just ride away and stay away. I've seen it before. So I think you can maybe make it out. Me and my teammate Matt are talking about it. He comes up to me in the race and he goes, "Zach, do you want to win today?" And I, of course, go, yeah. And he basically said, well, we're going to have to pull him back. So me and my teammates, we kind of rally together, and we link up at the front and just start swapping poles. I think you heard me. I just said, yo, let's work together. So I'm kind of riding up here, and I'm trying to recruit anyone that I can to help chase this guy back. And yeah, I was pretty proud of the way we all rallied together on Terun and chased this guy back. I know we all watch World Tour races, and watching them chase a break back it's like a foregone conclusion. But in these amateur races, it's not easy. They have radios in the big World Tour races. There's all super well drilled, and it's what they do for a living. We're all just amateurs, and sometimes it's hard to do something like this. So yeah, I was proud of the guys. It was cool. But yeah, I think I say it in all my videos. It's great to have a team to do things like this, and it's fun. So I definitely recommend joining a club or finding a team out there. So I'm just taking my pull, and yeah, it's definitely not optimal. You kind of want to be in control of the race. Like, we want to be the ones attacking and forcing the breakaway. When we have someone up there that we're having to chase, it kind of neutralizes our like the tip of our spear. We're just on the back foot. So I pull off, and then it's kind of funny. This is like my pet peeve. So I just take this pull, and then like people start like opening up the gap, and I'm like, bro, like, come on. And my teammate Matt has to close it. And I think what people were doing were they were thinking that we should let Cam dangle out there, which I could see the argument for that, but I would much rather chase him back, so then we can start attacking again. And there he is on my left right there. And I think I tell him like, nice move or something, because it is super impressive when someone's able to stick out there on their own, especially. Yeah, he's definitely someone that we're going to have to watch out for the rest of the season. So yeah, once we chased him back, my teammate Matt, our captain, was just like, Zach, sit back, go for the sprint. So the rest of my teammates, we kind of just controlled. I think a lot of people were sort of tired by this point in the race. It was a little windy, and yeah, it just the pavement is super smooth, but it's kind of that pavement where it just feels like you're pedaling through mud almost. It feels slow. So yeah, I was just gonna try to go back into the field and conserve as much energy as possible as we go through this hairpin so bad. It's honestly pretty embarrassing. The day before this race, I actually practiced doing hairpins. I'm not like super embarrassed to say that, but yeah, I wish more people in the field did that too. All right, so we jumped forward, and yeah, I pretty much didn't do anything. I just sat at the back, so I'll spare you all the sight of me just sitting there, nice and boring. But yeah, that's what you have to do if you're gonna go for one of these sprints. I was feeling pretty good. Definitely a little tired, a little more, a little less snappy than I would have liked. But yeah, I've been working on my sprint, and I was ready to try to go for one. The finish is pretty much as straightforward as it gets. Obviously, it's straight, and it's kind of just a slow like drag up to the line. And I was excited, and I was feeling like I was one of the best sprinters in this field. So my teammate Matt here, he was like, stick on my wheel like your life depends on it. So that's all I'm gonna do, and I trust Matt with my life basically in these finishes. As Cam goes again, he's just like a Energizer bunny. But I think he was a little tired from his big effort, so I think the guys were able to snap onto his wheel. So yeah, I'm with Matt, and I'm ready for him to kind of guide me to the line. And I think Matt was a little tired himself. Like I said in the beginning of the video, he did a really big bridge attempt to try to get up to Cam. But that being said, Matt is a beast. If you haven't seen my Merced video, go check that out. He won that race in really impressive fashion. So I'm glad he's on my team. and having him lead me out is cool. So here we are, just going around this last hairpin, and then it's probably about a mile to the finish. So we're getting down to it, and yeah, I'm just trying to keep my heart rate low, take a little bit of sugar in from my bottle, and yeah, just psych myself up for the sprint. So I'm just sticking on Matt's wheel like he told me to, and my teammate Zach is up there keeping it fast. And yeah, this is it. This is the lead out. So we're kind of going downhill here, and then it's just a steady climb to the finish. So I'm getting a pretty good ride here. I have my teammate Jacob behind me, so that's a good buffer from people trying to elbow their way onto Matt's wheel. And it's funny, the people always yell to go faster in the end of these races. I usually don't do it, but yeah, I think everyone is pretty much on the limit. So here's Nick, and I'm feeling like this is going to be my main competition. So we just went through, I think it said 1K to go, and what happens is Alex, the Red Bikes bro, I think he was trying to do his lead out, but everyone feels like he's going too early. So he gets a pretty solid gap here, and I'm slightly worried about this, but I know we still have a pretty solid amount of time to go, and I think I'm a little bit far up. If we had one more guy in front of me, it would have been optimal, but I'm liking my position. It's I have a pretty, I'm getting a good draft here. We're going fast, and yeah, I'm getting ready to uncork my sprint. So Matt is taking this hero pull. This is amazing. And I feel people, when you're sprinting, you can kind of like feel people. You have this perception. And I felt a swarm coming. So I stand up, and these two guys, Nick, the Ride Bikes Bro guy, and this big Alta Velo sprinter, who I think just moved here, they jumped me pretty good, and I cannot snap into their draft. And yeah, they get me, and I take third. It was a pretty good result. I definitely was a little disappointed because I think the win was on the table there. I think if maybe I'd gone earlier, or maybe if we had one more guy in front of me, but yeah, I learned, sometimes you have to go earlier than when you want to, and I did a pretty good sprint, so I think the form is there, and I'm excited to see if I can get a win for you guys, because it's been a while since I've won a race. But I appreciate y'all subscribing and commenting, and I hope you enjoy the videos. I enjoy making them, so I'm going to keep doing it. And yeah, good luck in your races, and see you in the next one.